So this video is to explain the, I just installed a Spartan 2 wideband controller, and this video is to explain something about the improving the accuracy of the with MSEXTRA. And this guy, Alan2, made a video about it, and he has an Excel sheet you can download, and there's a link to 14.7 where they explain everything. But I'll show you too. And I'm using LPG instead of gasoline, and the Excel sheet wasn't complete. I'll tell that later further on in the video, and I'll put a link down here in the comments. Alan didn't respond so far, but so contact me if you want any info about what I did. So props to Alan for making the Excel sheet. I just improved it so I can use it also with LPG. What it does, if you start up your Spartan hooked up to Tuner Studio, to your MSEXTRA and then Tuner Studio, it'll show you a left value the first 5 seconds, which is 0.68 lambda, and then a right value the next 5 seconds, which is 1.36 lambda. And you can read the AFRs accordingly over here. And then later on in the Excel sheet, I'll explain what you should do with the values you see, because you can use them to improve the accuracy between MSEXTRA, your Tuner Studio, and the Spartan. And then you put those values over here, you unlock your calibrations, locked, you go to unlocked, and then you'll see that the AFR table is unlocked. And normally you go to custom linear wideband, and at 5 volts it would say for LPG 10.5 and 21.1 actually. Those are the stock values. I've put those in, and as I'll show you later on in a short video, I have different readings. And at the 0.68 and the 136, and then you need to adjust these settings when you're online. I'm currently offline because I'm behind the laptop, but if you're online, you need to put in the new values, write to controller, and you'll have a more accurate reading of your AFR in Tuner Studio to tune your car. So that's it. Feel free to ask any questions. I'll put all the links in the description, and have a nice day. Let's see if I can get the values when I start the car. There we go. And then it'll probably go into reading mode. 15.5. Sensors. It's at operating temperature. I installed a LED to show that it's at operating temperature, and it's reading. Okay, so I promised to make another video of the Excel sheet that will let you optimize the accuracy between the MSEXTRA and the Spartan 2. This guy on YouTube, Alan2, made a video about it, explaining it, and there also is an article on 14.7 on their website which explains it, but there was a small a small thing in it that prevented me from getting my Spartan more accurate, and that's because on top here, well, first I'll explain the Excel sheet. What the Excel sheet does is based on your AFR conversion factor, which is your AFR at stowage, so at lambda 1.0. The Spartan 2 will show you after 5 seconds, the first 5 seconds, a value, and then 5 to 10 seconds a second value, and it's the value at 0.68 lambda and 1.36 lambda. And ideally, based on this stowage AFR, it should be these values. Now my Spartan showed me 14.2, so it's a little bit off, and 17.7. The bottom and the top value are both off to the top. And what this Excel sheet does it calculates some values, which I don't understand, but that's fine. And then based on 0 and 5 volt, it recalculates the values you should put in your calibration table for the AFR. And normally, if they would be spot on, so if this would be 14.5 and this would be 17.56, 17.56, then down here you would see the 10.5 and the 21.1. See? Then those ideal AFRs would be the same as you would start off in Tuner Studio for a Spartan 2 used with LPG. And so mine was reading 14.2 at startup and 17.7. So I don't put in 10.5, but 10.37 something and 20.95. And now it's almost spot on when I turn it on. And the only small thing that was which made the Excel sheet incomplete based on my opinion, is this part wasn't there. I added this table because in this formula, instead of this value, so the 10.5, and in this formula, oh, that's wrong, shouldn't change that. And in this formula, the bottom value, so the 21.1, he had used the basic values, so 10 and 20 for a gasoline engine. And what he did do is he put in the conversion factor on the top. So if I put in 14.7, which is stowage for gasoline, you'd see the minimum and maximum value at is 10 and 20. And those are the gauge limits. So right now mine would be off reading these values. But he didn't adjust these calculated values for the different fuel type, and that's why I added this table. So now whether you put in ethanol or LPG or gasoline, if you put the 15.5 on top and the readings you have during the first 5 and the second 5 seconds, it'll calculate the values you need to put into Studio, and you'll have a very close final reading of for Tuner Studio of your AFR. So that's it. Feel free to ask me any questions, and Ellen too, thanks for putting up the video, and